Hey students, Professor M back with you. Look, you have a paper due, 3 pages, MLA, double spaced, 3 complete pages, please. Now, how are you going to do that? Why am I making this video so late? Well, because we all procrastinate, okay? That rhymes, sounds terrible, but forget it. Okay, so let's go over the steps. First thing here, it's on the board. Through the glare. So, again, pick out one of the books. Text just means book, reading, whatever it is you're given. Okay? So, Up From Slavery or the Communist Manifesto. So, read the whole Communist Manifesto. I get the chapter on French socialism and German communism and stuff. That gets a little hairy. But focus on the first book then. Up From Slavery, pick any 4 books, okay? Now, what do you do? First step, read the damn text. People, this is university level stuff. You should be doing university level readings, okay? So read, okay? You can't get around it. You got to find good quotations. You can't just, fumble around and do whatever and turn in 3 pages because I'm going to read it. And I'm looking for certain things that you already know about in the assignment. Okay, so number 1, again, read the damn text. Sit down for a couple hours and plow through it. Okay? Make notes. Underline. Take down notes. Record. Do whatever you do that'll help you. Number 2, find 3 themes or ideas that are important. Now, in Up From Slavery, he's got a very good tone. Very easy writing style, very clear, just unbelievably clear. You could write about that, or you could pick 3 ideas like education for, non-whites. Because remember, he ends up teaching Native Americans, too, in his first teaching job at night school, I believe, okay? So pick 3. Could be education, job opportunities, and public speaking, whatever. And then what do you do after that? Okay. Then number 3, find quotes. 6 to 8 short quotes. Now don't give me these big, hairy, long block quotes. Just give me 2 lines max. And that's 6 to 8. But keep those quotes short. No more than 2 lines MLA. Okay. So keep them short, sweet, pretty. Okay. All right. So you got to find quotations. This is the key. And they should match up with your themes or ideas. So, Up From Slavery, what does he say about education? What's a very catchy quote that he has? Okay? All right. So then you take it down, put it in your notes, or start typing it as you're reading. Okay, what's the next step? 4. Create a thesis with 3 ideas. So you're probably not going to start with a thesis. You probably want to start with, what are the 3 ideas? Okay. So for example, in Communist Manifesto, maybe you want to talk about the elements of nonfiction with Marx and Engels. The writing style, very difficult. Marx, notoriously bombastic. Okay. Horrible. And it's horrible to try to translate something from German and put it into simple English because it's just 2 totally different types of languages, writing styles, expressions of ideas. Okay, so for Marx and Engels, you might want to say his difficult writing style, that could be one idea. Sentence structure, one idea there. And then, 1 element of writing, and then pick out 2 other ideas, like his criticism of capitalism. And capitalism just means basically free enterprise, okay? Owners have factories and they hire a lot of workers for cheap wages. Think Amazon, think Walmart. You do hardcore labor for both those companies and you don't get much in return, okay? All right. So then you're going to create a thesis. So for example, with Up From Slavery, perhaps you want to say something like, and you could also do a comparison to today in each of your thesis statements. So maybe you want to say, in Up from Slavery, Booker T. Washington ends up having educational and job opportunities that a lot of people of color today do not have because of his white mentors. So then you could go into, then you find quotes, find the white mentors, General Armstrong and Miss Mackey, okay? And you can talk about those throughout, okay? So you're going to have to pick whichever chapters you need to read for that, but it's, you focus on the ones where he's getting job opportunities and educational opportunities. Education probably first and then job opportunities, okay? All right, so then you're going to have to find quotes. All right, now for Marx, when you're getting a thesis, you need to, maybe you want to compare it to today as well, so it's really up to you. You got to be creative. Don't just give me information from the book or the text, because I mean, I've read it. You don't want to just repeat information. You want to bring it in a new direction that gives it focus, okay? So for Marx to come up with a thesis, you could say, and you can use this, you can say, well, Marx and Engels demonstrate the dangers of capitalism, which today have actually been lessened. So you could go into then what the dangers were of capitalism in 1848 and compare them to 2021, okay? Or you could have a different one. You know, Marx and Engels demonstrate the dangers of capitalism, but they never really give much reason to accept socialism or communism. So then you're going to have to go into socialism and communism a little bit. And nowhere in Marx's writings does he really go into, well, what exactly is it? Is it public? Is it private ownership of the, how does everybody own the means of production? Amazon. How does everybody own Amazon? How does everyone own Walmart? I mean, how would that work? So he never really goes into it. So it's your job to create something meaningful from these texts. Be creative, be original, take chances. I mean, this is not easy stuff where I can give you a simple formula, okay? All right, so create your thesis. 5, last step. Create your body paragraphs. So remember, have your traditional intro, and then you're going to have, say, 3 body paragraphs, 2 body paragraphs, 4 body paragraphs, whatever is appropriate. How many ideas are you going to pick out? And again, you don't have to pick elements of nonfiction. That's kind of difficult. You could always pick up tone and use that as one. Or you could relate it to the ideas, okay? All right. So the last part, and again, it's a little time consuming, but find your quotes. Then you're going to create body paragraphs with the quotes. You're going to start with a topic sentence, okay? So for Marx and Engels, you could say, your topic sentence could be, you know, Marx and Engels demonstrate the dangers of capitalism. Then you want to introduce a quote. According to Marx and Engels, quote. Then what do you do after you quote? You need to explain the quote. What are Marx and Engels saying? Again, it's not always apparent to the reader of your essay, so you need to explain it to us. Finally, analyze. What does that quote mean about the dangers of capitalism? What are they trying to say? Okay? So that's what you do. And you know, you could go on with several sentences explaining. It could be, 4 or 5 sentences explaining what it means, and then 5, 6, 10 sentences analyzing it. Okay? Does that hold true today? Okay? Dangers of capitalism. Okay, and the same with Up from Slavery. You would go to body paragraphs. What's one thing? Booker T. Washington emphasizes the importance of educational opportunity that he got with the help of his white mentors. Then you could go into that. Give a quote. Okay, you had a topic sentence already. Then you explain that quote. He had the help of General Armstrong. He had the help of Miss Mackey. go into the specifics of those situations. It could even be 2 separate paragraphs, one on Armstrong, one on Mackey. Then you want to explain it. Okay? How did he get help? I mean, so they really thought he was a great student or what? Why did he get help from white mentors when so many others did not? He asked for it. He was nice about it. He was persuasive. What was it? Okay, then finally analyze, and you could compare to today. I mean, do other African Americans, Native Americans, Latinos get help from white mentors? Some of us are sure as hell trying, but how many are actually helping? So you could contrast it to today and say, you know, well, Booker T. Washington had the help, ended up, you know, wanting. He had the strong desire for educational and job opportunities, but also he had to work for it, and he had to get help. Okay, so that's all I have. So the steps again: read the text, whatever you pick to read, whichever book. Find 3 themes or ideas. Doesn't have to be about elements of nonfiction. Find quotes. So as you're reading, jot down quotes. Create a thesis with 3 ideas. So again, the 3 ideas. Create body paragraphs with quotes. Start with a topic sentence. Introduce the quotation, according to Booker T. Washington, or according to Marx and Engels. Quote. Then explain the quote. So this is the big part of building an argument. You got to explain it. Then you got to analyze it. Analyzing means, okay, is it true? Is it true for us today? Is it true for you? Does it work for us today? Okay, so you need to get into it. You need to think for yourself. You need to be creative. You need to be original. Don't bring in other sources. Okay, that's it. I've gone over. I was hoping this would be a 5-minute video, but what else is new? Okay, all right, good luck. Take chances. Don't just get bogged down. Take chances. I know a lot of you are procrastinators, but so am I. Okay, see you later. Bye.